Now today we are going to see about infographics. As I said in the early classes, today we are going to see infographics using MATLAB software. What are the other tools are there when compared with Minitab and MATLAB? The other one is Inkspace. And the final tool is that, a very good tool is that Tabula. Of course, Tabla needs a lot of patience and to open it and you want to put it out in Tabla. The other one is the Tabla. See, the very basic thing here is that when to use Minitab, when to use MATLAB, when to use Tabla. Okay, and there's a very big classification is required. See, when you talk about Minitab, if your datas are only about 50 datas or below 50, or even you can take 100, maximum of 100 datas. If you have more than 100 datas, okay, 100 datas, you can have your Minitab, okay. And the very big thing is here is that, when to use MATLAB. MATLAB is that, if your data want to be in a different pattern of infographics, and that needs MATLAB, because MATLAB has more than 40 to 50 types of plots are available in the MATLAB. And the very beautiful thing is that MATLAB will suggest you according to your data which are the best plots you can choose. If you have 45 plots in the MATLAB, and if you go for with your data, it will give only 20 or 10 best plotting tools according to your data. So that is the facility available in the MATLAB. Whereas when you go for Tabla is totally free of cost for academic editions. And you can see this Tabla. Of course, you have a lot of tools are also there. And now latest tools are coming, Microsoft tools. They have a lot of tools are giving like Microsoft Power BI. And you can have your, but of course it's a pricing. 1 second. And you can have your Tabla by giving your educational version, Microsoft Power BI is also available. And Microsoft, this is a very data visualization toolbox. Of course, as we started with what I can say, Excel. Initially, we did with Excel. Okay, and that is what I'm trying to say in my all the lectures. Don't try to take screenshot. Don't try to have the recording. I don't give recording because every time it's keep on changing. So we started this infographics initially with Excel. Then we jumped on to Origin Lab. Then we went to Minitab. Then we went to MATLAB. Then we used Tabla, and then we used Inkspace, and then we used. Now we are using the latest one, because up to 5th batch we are not using this Power BI. Okay, Power BI is a data visualization toolbox, and you can see a lot of beautiful. What I can say, data visualization analytics tools are available, and the plotting tools are also available, and it's a very beautiful software. And you can able to get it very clear visualization. Similarly, when you go for the other one is Tabula for education. You cannot you can just type tabla for education. See, you have 1 year free license for education, and it is a data visualization. What I can say, it's a data visualization toolbox. You can use it for. I can just put it like this. Okay, you can see this business intelligence analytics software, and of course, if you go for this tabla, okay, of course, it is used for management, it is used for machine learning and on all those things. And it's a beautiful tool, and you can visualize a huge number of data. For example, when you go for Minitab, you can use only few datas. For example, you can have a lot of data, no doubt in that, but you cannot have a mixed data of visualization. What do you mean mixed data? If my data is in a form of text, if my data consists of ASCII number, if I have a data with a number, if I have a data with what I can say, word file, something like that, you can have different type of datas. And in that data, if I want to have visualization, you can go ahead with a very beautiful visualization. I think you can see this visualization. So I can consolidate here is that when your data are very less, you can go for Minitab. When your data are in different platforms or different size, and size is more, and your tabla is what I can say, have a different, your data is having a lot of other type of data, floating data, fixed data, something like that, you can use this particular tabla. Okay, if you can see this n number of tablas, you can see this, how you can able to see a lot of data are there, a huge volume of data, and you can analyze the data according to your wish. It means that when you can just drag and drop your x-axis and y-axis. For example, this is not possible with the MATLAB. You want to go and do manually, but here you can make it automatically. Okay, and of course, when you want to go for a tabla, you can see this visualization toolbox. This is how your toolbox will have your visual analysis. You can see how much graph at a single page. You can get it very clearly, and you can connect with a lot of types. So you can see this graphical information in terms of signal analysis, something like that. You can get it in Tabla. Tabla is a very beautiful software, and if you go here, you can see this Tabla for education version. Get the free trial. You can have your free trial for colleges. You have to use your college ID, and not your what I can say, your normal Gmail ID or something like that. Okay, and you can use this for what I can say, your college ID, and then you can download it. And now I can say this. You can see this, and moreover in Tabla they give their data. That is very important. You can integrate the data. You can have your tabla for integrating the data. They'll give the data also. They'll connect the data directly. No need to download the file. For example, if you want to have in Minitab, you have to download the data, then you have to put it in an Excel sheet or text file, and it's not like that. You just give the link. It will try to work out on that the link, and this is how the tabla works. And now tabla for education. I think tabla for education. I think I have la for students, and for education. Okay, you can see this tabla for students, and you can attend some free courses here. Of course, very beautiful courses are there, and many companies are using this tabla and data analytics. This is a tabla for education version. You can see this free student license. Okay, in class, they give it in class, and for the teacher also you have what I can say, license. You can have your teacher license also. They'll ask it here. I think you can able to see very clearly. This is a free student license, and you can also have that tabla for teachers. Tabla for teachers. I'll just show you. The next thing is that tabla for teachers. Okay, and I think you can get this tabla for teachers. Okay, and it is a 1 year license, totally free, and you can upgrade at any time, of course. And this is one more part of the infographics. Now, next we'll go to our MATLAB so that you can able to get it very clearly. So now this is the MATLAB. Okay, this is the MATLAB tool. Very simple. You can bring your Excel sheet inside and you can do your applications. You can just drag and drop it here. I'll just show you how to do this. Now I create one file for you. I'll just create one folder. And in that folder, I'm just going to make one Excel sheet. I'm just going to drag that Excel sheet. Then I'm going to do this. Now I think everybody knows about this MATLAB. Here you have an option. You can click here for getting the path. Okay, you can select the path. If your files are in the desktop, you can just click here and you can get connected with that files. Okay, you can directly connect with the files, or you can drag and drop and you can have a folder, something like that. Okay, you can select the folder which you have your Excel file or text file. You can have it. You can select it. This is how you can do with this tabla, MATLAB. Okay, and same thing is also in the tabla. That is what I said, tabla, both the thing. Now I'll just create one folder. I just make one folder, and then I'll just drag and drop one Excel file so that you can able to understand. See, the emails can be if your data are in email. Now I cannot plot an email ID with the response. If I have text, I cannot respond. Of course, in Tabla we can do this, and that is what the reason I preferred Tabla. But the problem with the Tabla is that you should have more data, and without very small data, it won't work fine. That is a very important problem here. And of course, if at all you want, MATLAB is also good. I prefer MATLAB. Now I'm just taking folder name writing batch 6. Now this is the folder. Now I'm going to take one Excel file and then I'm just going to paste it here. Please wait, I'll search for an Excel file. So you can access this particular file either by clicking here. Okay, I'm just going to desktop. I have created one file. If the file consists one Excel file, no problem. If I don't have an Excel file, now I have selected writing batch. Sometimes you have to be very cautious. They'll ask for the file, select the folder and files. Here you'll have changes. Please be very sharp enough in identifying that, because sometimes when you click somewhere else, it will ask for the file name. Now this is the writing batch file. I think you can see the C user Sanjana file is there. Now I'll just close everything. I'm just going to take one Excel file. I want to know that whether this Excel file has the data or not. I'll just check it out. I think it has some data. Either I can put the data here and I can get it there, or if I don't have like that, you can drag and paste it here. I'll just drag and paste it here. See, I'm just going to drag here. I can drag and I can paste it here. That's enough. Okay. Now the files are in the folder writing batch. Either you can drag. Of course, for this MATLAB, you don't need any coding. See, because nowadays, no coding methods are adapted in all the environments. Now, the trend in computer science is moving in this way, no coding methods. If you take app, no need of coding. If you take website, already templates are the similar way. MATLAB is also trying to do with every apps, no coding. Okay, no coding method has been adapted by the MATLAB also, no doubt in that. Now I opened this already Excel file. I'm just going to see this here. What is there? The file. Now this is how you can drag and paste your file. I'll take one more Excel file and then I'll show you. So it will be convenient for you. I'll just make it very clear. I'll just take one more file. Already it is there with me. Now this is one South Excel file. Now I'll just drag and paste this file. Just drag it, put it here. You can do anything as you wish. Either you can have it in a folder, then you open it, or you can just what I can say, drag and post it. You can have any files. Now after getting these files, you can just double click it. When you click it, automatically it will convert itself into MATLAB file. You can see it now. And of course, it takes some time. Of course, if you have the MATLAB online version, it will be more fast because I think all reputed institutions, VIT, SRM, all they have their own free license. It is called a total headcount license. And then I think some other universities like B.Tech, I have seen these colleges are having. I don't know about interior part of South and other countries. If at all you want to check, you can go to the login. If you go to the login and if you check that, if you check that, you can able to see the tick mark when you enter with your college ID. For example, Shankar at vat.ac.in. Now there will be a login. You can see that login. You can see this. This is the login. This is the login. Now I cannot able to do this. This is the login. I have a login from a student from UTA, because students who give this login, they give the login for their projects. And this is from America, Atlanta student. I think a lot of students are there in similar way, and they have all these IDs. Now this is the ID. This is the data which I have given. Now what I'm going to do, I can select here import data. So now I'm going to take only this data. For example, if I want to import, I can import everything because it will be huge data. So I'm not going to take that. This is a data of what I can say, land analysis, land price estimation analysis. It means that how the guideline value of a particular area is changing according to the distance of the college, the bus terminal, and all those things data. Of course, this is a project we did it for one government university. And now this is how the data. I'm just going to just select the data. I can select according to my requirement. Okay, I'm just going to select this data. In this way, I can select, or I can select in this way. Okay, I can use my control key and I can take this and take this data. I'm just going to take 5 data: hospital kilometer, industry resident, IT park kilometer, park and posh area kilometer. Now you can go here. Okay, I can import data, entire data, and I can generate a live script here, and I can generate script and function. Now I'm just going to take selected data, tick. It's called your conversion from Excel file to, I'm just importing the data to MATLAB files. Actually, when you want to write this, there is a coding. If at all you want the code, you can use it here. The very important thing is that you have your text options. You can see this table output type. Whether you need a text options, okay, you can have your text options, string array cells. So this is for the data type classification. Now I have taken only the table. Now you can see this, whatever the data I have selected here, it will be coming into my workspace. Of course, at the back end, it tries to write a code on that part, and then it does it function. Normally, you have to write a code in command window, but here, for just for the applications, they make like this. Now, if I click this, I can able to see this data. I think you can able to see here workspace, the data which I selected 5 tables. You can see this data. Okay, you can see this data. And of course, in that data, the first column was empty, so it is saying not a number, not a number. Okay, this is what the very big thing, you have to face when you write this in your what I can say, in the MATLAB. Sometimes your datas are not to the for example, if the datas are not in number, if it is in ASCII number, or if it is in for example, if the datas are in a smiley symbol, no, that and all it cannot able to take. It can take only the number, it can take only the text. For example, if I have a data of an Excel file which contains picture of smiley, because when they review their review analysis, there are 4 stars. No, I cannot able to do that. That I can do it only with the Tabla. It depends upon the data. Now I have taken this data, entire data. It shows that already I deleted one. I can see this column 91 into 5, the table. Now, if my data is like this, okay, I can go here, I can select only 9 data. I'm just selecting 9 data because for the purpose of time saving. You can see here a plot option at the top. You can click here. At the bottom, you can see here very clearly. You can see very clearly plots for data, which I have selected. Whereas this is the all plots. For the data from which file you're taken and for which number of data, you can select this, you can see it very clearly. Okay. Now this is a very beauty of this MATLAB. It gives a suggestion. When I click this, now you can see this approximately 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 37 plus maybe 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 48, 49, 50, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, and 90 types of plots are given. When I make like this all plots, you can see how many plots are there, but it is not enabling, because it is not applicable for this particular data. So you can see all the plot, but only these plots are suitable for your data which you have been selected. So that is what the reason it is not enabling. You can see this. There are more than what I can say, a lot of data. You see this. When I click this, you miss this data. See how many plots are there. These are been lifted more than 100. Initially it was 40. Now it is more than 90, 100. Okay, of course there are more plots are there. It depends upon your data. Now I can select a rows plot. For example, I want to take a rows plot. Okay, and now I'm just going to take a rows plot for the data. Now when I click this, automatically the coding will come here. Automatically the plot will be there. Okay, the plots will be here. And you can see the plots very clearly. And now when you talk about this plot, this figure or the image which you are selecting cannot be directly taken, and you cannot able to fix it in your paper, because that will become a very big what I can say problem in DPI, as well as the problem in visualization. See, this is the diagram. Now you got this diagram. Now when I keep this in my Word file, I'll just take a one Word file. How to cut and paste in my Word file normally? because some people are not aware about these things. Anyway, I'll just teach you. It's not a very big issue. You have to download snipping tool. This is called snipping tool. I think you can able to see this snipping tool. Now I'll just keep it in my Word. I'll show you how the diagrams are there. Now I'm just taking one sample file. Now you can have this snipping tool. Now you can just go here. Snipping tool is totally freely available in all the windows. Now you have seen many papers, especially in journals. You would have seen this type of plots. Okay. Now I'll show you how this will be looking in your diagrammatic view. Now, if I make a double column, if I want to make this diagram in double column, see, you can see this clarity. Okay. Zooming and changing DPI, I think we have seen it. Now, the same image, you can see this when I make it double column, no clarity. This is a very big headache for the readers, so they'll reject it. See here, when you draw any diagram, this background color should be eliminated. That is very important. See, so when you have this visualization to be very elegant in your paper, very nice in your paper, visual appealing and visibility and more attracting features, which is very common for everything, visualization and visibility is a very important parameter in every part of the society. In that way, this is also very important. Now, I'll make the same diagram. Now, what I'll do, I'll just make here an option is there. I can go for X label and Y label. If I click this X label, for example, if I'm typing title, now I just click the title. You can type the title here if you want have title. I think you can see this title here. Rose plot for South Chennai. South Chennai data. Now I have made it. Okay, I got it. I can make similarly X and Y label, no doubt in that. Now, if I want to make this figure plot into infographics and also make your plot more visible, so I have to go for an option here is that view, you have your property editor. You have your property editor. You have to click this property editor. And this property editor, you see how it is going to change this diagram. And it brings a very big quality in your diagram. The same thing I'm just going to copy and paste after doing this. What I can say, making the diagram in an elegant way. Now, I got this file. You can see this background, how to make my work plot more beautiful. Now, the very important thing is that if you are a person starting in the initial stage, if you don't know where these points are there, it means that if I want to change this number, where is there in the plot, it may be difficult. So what we can do, you can just whichever you want to change, you just double click on that area. Automatically that property inspector will come out, and there you can change your what I can say, axis, color, and everything. Okay. Now, before getting into this axis, you can change the font. X-axis font, Y-axis font, Z-axis font, and everything. Since I have changed here, I'm just going to change here the color, white color. It was like cement-like structure, so I'm making the figure color as white color. Okay, and you can change the color. I think you can see this background has become white. Okay. Now, when I want to change here, you can see this inspector shows a lot of see how much parameters are there. You can change it here. Now, if I want to change the number, if I double click the number, I'll get the number. See the number, especially the number. Okay. Now, if I want to change this diagram, this Now I want to make this marker. Now I can make it at the bigger size, 20. Okay, and if I want to make the line to be thickened, now I can make the line to be thickened. Now if I want to change the color, I can make it color. Okay, you can see this color. You can see this, whatever the color you want. Of course, you need a lot of patience. When you do this in what I can say, when you do this in for your paper, you have to take more time and you have to do it. But normally we don't do this. We don't give much importance to this. But actually, it is a very important thing. Now I can change the marker. I have marked some points because that marker I want to make it somewhat blue in color. I'll make it blue color. Markers are on blue. Now I can change the markers in dark blue. Similarly, I can change each and every line in the diagram, edge patches. You can make each and every lines. Okay, you can make each and every lines to be uh, used for. You can use your every lines to be used for analyzing the uh, diagram bars, individual bars. Now I think you can see this. I made it 20. Now you can see this line bar has been 24, 5. You can see this. You can very clearly. Okay, now I can change it into colors, red color, blue color. Now whatever the thing I want, I can make it here. Now I want to change this color, line plot. Now I'm just making this plot to the higher level, 4. I can make it like this. See, now it's up to you the color which you are selecting. Now for this you have a marker. You can make the marker size bigger and you can change the color of the marker, make it red. Okay. And similarly, if you want to make this axis, more properties, I can click here. The very important thing is that, when you go for the property inspector, the very important thing is that the uh, the positions, the pixels. You can see this a lot of things are the inches, centimeter. Because here, if you can change your DPA, of course, it's a very inner part, but we never teach this because it needs more patience to do that. We are not doing it. You can see this color map. Okay, I'll just change one color map so that you can able to understand. Hot color. Okay, color map has been changed, and we are going to change something about your axis. It's a very important thing, because these numbers will not be visible to everybody. And that is a very big problem. That is a very big problem for everybody. Now you can see this edge color, width color, and all those things. You can change it. I'll just make it once again so that you'll get it very clear. I'll just go for property editor. Property editor. If you go for this property editor, you can see this font size to be changed. Line width, I can change it 8. You can change this individual. For example, if I want to make this particular one of 15 size, you can make it here. You can change it here. Okay, and you can have your edge colors to be changed. I think now you will able to see very clearly. And you can change your background, red color background. Individually, if you want to mark a particular point and then I want to plot it, this is also possible here. But in Excel, it is not a very big. I think it's not possible. Normally, when you do this, you can change this font 240, sorry, 24.0, and you can keep this value, and you can see this coloring of the fonts. You can change the color. And see this. You can go for bold and normal. I'm just making it simple. Okay, I think you can able to get it very clear. Now, if I want to change the font size, bold, I can make it. Instead of selecting all, I can make it individually. Okay, this is how we can make it. Now, if I want to change all the font, now I made it individual fonts. Individual fonts I'm changing. You can also change with what I can say, total fonts, total XY plots. Also, you can do it. No doubt in that. And of course, for that particular thing, you have to go to this plot property inspector. Okay, you can see this. You can also search. You can also put it there in the color. All the font size are available, bold color and text box colors. You can have a text box colors, and you can have your editing, clipping, and you can have your identifiers. Of course, I'll just make it here. When I on the top, you can able to change it here, the values and position. Now I'm going to change the pixel positions. I can have your Excel pixel, because if I want to change your DPI, I can do it here in DPI. Now, if I want to change my, for printing and exporting, you can use this option. And if at all you want to go back, and you'll just do it. I'll just repeat it once again. I'll just do once again the same graph. You'll try to understand. Okay. I'll just close it. Now I'll go to my MATLAB, and you can see this in MATLAB already. The data are selected. I'm going to select a rows plot. Same plot I'm doing. 9 data. I'm just going to take a rows plot. And this is the plot. Now I'm going to change the entire data. I have taught you the previous session that each line bold, each number to be done. Now I'm going to make a global data highlighting, because sometimes a very important point you want to highlight. Now you can see this. This is the entire data. Property editor access. If you go to property editor access, you can see this font size. Now, normally you have to take 24 font size. That's very important. You have to make bold, and you should not make angle. This is how your font size should be. And now it should be height over point, and your axis, x-axis, y-axis points are there. I think you're able to see this font. Yeah. Now I think you can able to hear me. Now this is the font size. You can see this size has been increased. Okay. You can able to see this very clearly. This is the output diagram which I have made it using MATLAB. Okay, I've changed this font, and if at all you know this command, you can use this command access. Okay, access, you can use this access. When you can search for the access, you can see the access. Now I'm going to make very big 24 30. I'm just going to make 30 bold, and I'm going to make italic. Then I'm going to make now this is very clear, an x-axis. Okay, I can make the x-axis y-axis labeling. Of course, I'm not going to do all those things. So previously I taught you how to make this for individual points. Now this, I'm just going to make it for the entire image. Now I'm just copied it. Yeah, I'm just going to paste it here. You can see this pasted image. Now if I show this, if I reduce this size, if I am going to use this diagram in double column, if at all I'm going to use this in a double column, think that I'm going to use it in double column. If I'm using in double column, if I reduce it also, you can see number when I paste it, the same image when I did it here, you can see this type of corrections here. You can see very clearly. Now the same thing, if I do it in paintbrush, you cannot get it, because in paintbrush normally people will do this by increasing the size of the image. That I'll show you, but don't do like that. But there are some people, they try to do this. There is an option in paintbrush to resize the image. Don't resize. Okay, when they are asking for the bigger size. Okay, this is the very beautiful method. You can make a many diagrams, but it takes time. It takes time. You have to have your patience, because author will be really trying to look how far your involvement is there in your work. That is very important. Not just like that, doing your craft, whatever you are getting. No, what we what we uh, what we never consider, which is very important, that has been considered as the very important point for the reviewer's view. That is a very important thing. See, for example, we think that we want to put more diagrams in a paper. It's not like that. Because according to the reviewer point of view, if at all you don't have any, what I can say, method to explain the diagram in the text, then only the image is to come. Not that I want to show this, I've done more thing. We normally do like this. You put more diagrams. This is how we do it. Normally, I seen even myself when I was shooting, when I was starting, we used to do like this. That is not the thing. So you can see the same diagram with the same size. Okay, see the clarity. And this is what they're expecting. Even if I reduce the clarity, it looks fine. Same diagram, same thing. Okay. And this is how you have to do in infographics. Of course, many things you can do, especially in MATLAB. There is an option for camera viewing also. I'll just show you the camera viewing, then you'll understand the camera view, because some papers they would have given the camera view diagrams, but of course this is not there in what I can say in other toolbox, because each toolbox is having their own advantage and disadvantage. Now I'll just make a camera view so that you can understand very clearly camera view in the image. Same thing. I'll just go for rows plot. I'll make the bigger size so that you can see the camera plots are there. If you click this figure, you can see this axis camera toolbar. Camera toolbar is there, and using this toolbar, you can change this angle and direction of the what I can say, the image, and you can do it. I think you can see this. I'm just stopping it now. You can see this camera view toolbars. You can see these diagrams are rotated. Can you able to see this? I can rotate it. Of course, when you do with the histogram, it will be very clear. It's not the rotation. I think if I show it in diagram, if I show it in some other tools, you can able to get it. I supposed to believe. I'll just do this. It will be convenient for you. Now I'll take one beautiful diagram. Okay, I'll put ordinary histogram. I have given my histogram. Histogram plot has been done, and now this is my histogram. Now I can have my camera toolbar. I'll just make it very big. I'm just making a simple histogram. Don't think that histogram is having only two bars, because I have taken only one column. Now, if I have this camera toolbar, now when I have this camera toolbar at the below, you can get this. Now, if I have this camera, I can have this. You can see this. You can see these 3D plots. I think you can able to get it very clearly. Now, if I want to show something with the 3D plots, the same thing. Okay, the same thing. You can make it as a 3D plot. See, you can rotate and you can put it in a 3D. If a diagram is like this, you see it's a very beautiful to see. Sometimes you can keep like this also. Okay, and you can have this zoom camera. You can zoom it. You can zoom it. You can zoom it. I made it very big. And you have more camera options. Okay, of course, we have to be patient when you use this, because it computer may take more time. Okay, I think I have completed this infographics. Okay, using the MATLAB.